All right, welcome back to our Trek episode a day challenge. And today we're going to be watching Mud's Women. Ready to go?
One of the best.
Yes.
And I'm going to eat. Hopefully quietly.
All right. So now we've gone back in time because it started 1329.
Because in order of filming, this is an earlier episode, right? Episode 4?
Yes. It's actually the third episode that they shot, not including the Captain Pike
the pilot.
So we'll still see a couple of inconsistencies due to them not quite having everything settled out yet.
Yeah, like I feel like there's some kind of Spock character inconsistencies because it is such an earlier episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no Kevin Riley. Oh.
Now there's a glaring inconsistency.
That's the one biggest glaring inconsistency.
Yes, the fact that Uhura is wearing command gold,
which is awesome, but
rather than her red.
Well, that was wardrobe doing a really bad job.
But obviously, the fourth episode produced, that she'll get the red, and she'll stick with that the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm. Do you think like her actual dress was like in the wash or something like that, and they just make do?
No, I think they initially wanted her in gold, and then they decided, you know what, red
visually,
looks better.
You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she does pop from the background better when she's in red. And considering she spends so much time in the background, you kind of need it.
Yeah, otherwise she just kind of blends in.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the criticisms of the velour tunics that they wore is that the velour supposedly shrank a little bit every time they washed it.
Oh, and you're telling me earlier that they washed it daily.
Yes, under union rules, they had to wash the wardrobe daily. So I feel like at this point, you know, say it takes like 8 days to shoot an episode, they're already like washed a couple dozen times. And I feel like the sleeves are starting to get kind of shorter. Yeah.
Well, I always do think of their sleeve length as being kind of a 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's because I'm used to seeing it like above the wrist.
I think that's why.
And that's because of the washing.
Yeah.
I loved how in that opener where they're tracking a ship, it's just like a glowing blob on screen.
Yep.
But I do kind of love the idea that it's like, I don't know, like obviously ships can be all sorts of different shapes.
That's true. But that definitely looked like a glowing blob. It didn't even look anything like a ship.
And also, like, all these little asteroids are coming right at them.
Yeah. That's why they have shields. See? Deflector screen's weakening.
Now, we do see that guy in the navigator position. Like, it's like he and Kevin Riley trade off a lot. Heck if I ever know that character's name, though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he ever really gets much of one.
He referred to the lithium crystal circuits, which is kind of interesting because I think this is probably the last time they actually referred to the ship running on lithium crystals, because it's actually becomes dilithium.
Dilithium, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a better name. Oh.
And I wonder if the shrinking velour uniforms also contributed to Uhura's short dress,
right?
Which started off short and just got shorter.
Oh, I love that. Now I know I said before with like Charlie X, it looked like they ransacked like the Renaissance department of some other show, but this outfit clearly, they just ransacked Paramount's costume department and. Oh God, his chest hair is halfway up his neck. Yeah. I'm so distracted. I'm so upsettingly distracted.
He's wearing a fur turtleneck.
Dear God.
What's the problem with that? Speaking of turtlenecks, look how high the collars are on the tunics also. Like,
On
look
Spock,
at Spock.
It's one of the highest we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, because we see them wearing these black shirts underneath, like, I like that interpretation in the Abrams films, costume design-wise, that it actually was, like, you had a black undershirt that was a kind of mock turtleneck affair, and then this low-collared
like a slight
outer
V-neck
shirt.
tunic on top of it. Yeah, it's an interesting way to go.
Because I do feel like maybe that... It's a very easy interpretation of the classic outfits.
Yeah. I'm not going to hate on that.
But you hate on other things.
Well, there are things to hate on about
everything. That's not what we're watching.
But, yeah.
Because we've got these three amazing women. And, yeah.
Whose women?
I'm obsessed.
Mud's women.
I'm obsessed with those.
Now, at this point, it's like Mud's women. Who the hell is Mud? Because this guy is Captain Leo Walsh.
Yes.
Hello.
They're all so smitten instantly. No, yeah.
Now, I'm fascinated with the reaction that we're getting from these
guys.
Spock's
involved in the group of reaction?
I'm just fascinated with how entranced Scotty and McCoy seem to be.
Are, yeah.
Because
that's supposed to be a clue, though.
There's plenty of women on this ship, and
they don't dress like that.
No, most of them are dressed like in shorter outfits than these women are, and they're just as attractive, many of them.
There's obviously something else going on.
Yes. What could that be?
God. I love those outfits. Love them. 60s fabrics. Textiles were amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, McCoy. Oh god, Spock looks disgusted!
Yeah, Spock is like,
Spock was about to
what the hell is wrong with these people?
That's everybody. Now, what's the name of this actor who is Harry Mudd?
I'm drawing a blank now.
I just know he's awesome.
Yeah.
McCoy's looking especially handsome here. Most of the time he's so, irascible and making all these like grumpy faces, but DeForest Kelly's a really good looking guy.
Yeah. Especially, apparently, when he's aroused. Look at Scotty. Scotty looks like he's begging at the window of a candy shop.
Like adorably smitten. Oh, so I love that this shot is like of their butts. It's either this scene or a later scene with like Spock's reaction to their butts.
Honestly, I have to say that this episode, as fun and entertaining as it is,
Vulcanian. Is that the only time?
I think it's interesting that he identifies that Spock is
Vulcan?
Not only Vulcanian, as he says it, but part Vulcanian. Like, how does he know that Spock is part Vulcan?
Because you cannot tell looking at him that he's half Vulcan.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they hadn't established any other Vulcan characters yet.
No.
So maybe at this point they planned for the other Vulcans to look even more alien.
See, it's these a little bit too much smiling in the face for Nimoy's.
Yeah.
That's throwing me off.
This whole, you're gonna love this, Captain.
Because he is exuding pretty strongly this, like, I am so amused by the situation vibe, and I find that a little contradictory to Spock's overall character.
I would agree.
Is me cargo.
Now, as I was saying before,
he gulps over the situation.
As entertaining and fun as this episode is, I also feel like this is one of your more sexist episodes.
Yeah, I see that. As we'll see later. See that, like Spock's smirking.
Yeah.
That is my favorite, like, physical gesture that Spock, I think, ever gives.
Right,
is that,
right. Like, if that image isn't already a meme, then it needs to be.
Because that's definitely like oh honey, please. Like,
oh my.
And that's just very not Spock.
Right.
But it makes it all the better. I just love how, like, all business Kirk is.
Mhm.
Because we've seen, the second these women get on board, that, all the other men are, like, instantly drawn to these women. And we don't understand why. We think maybe it's just because they look super hot, you know?
Mhm.
But, when Kirk sees them, if he is affected, we don't see it. Like, or he's fighting it. And I'm just very interested in that.
Or he is obviously not one to let the effect linger.
But that's what I love. That,
Yeah.
you know, because that's why he's the captain. Oh, they're all smitten.
Also, he's had plenty of experience with hot ladies.
There we go. That guy's name is Johnny.
Yeah. Are you sure it's their eyes you feel?
So they're in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
I know. Something's up.
Like one of the ways that you can tell that his outfit is like existing wardrobe that they pulled out of the archives versus their outfits being made for the episode is just how unsparkly his outfit is. Because
yes.
Bill Tice loved him some sparkly
sparkles.
fabrics.
I feel like Scotty should be more annoyed that, like, when it's information about, like, being on one lithium crystal, the answer is like, well, just bypass this. And he's like, I'm
the chief
I know.
freaking engineer.
Do you not think I've thought of that? Dumbass.
Yeah. What does that look?
I don't know, but I love it.
It's just one of those things that they don't carry a spare of.
Apparently.
Like shuttlecrafts.
Yes. See, but this is what I love, is that, like, he is aware there's something going on with these ladies, and if he is affected by it, he's specifically fighting it.
Yeah.
Because he's
he knows
badass.
There's something going on other than them just being hot ladies.
He's such a badass. Oh, that computer. Or,
yeah.
Or,
oh, snap.
Teleprompter?
Like a voice stress analyzer.
Yeah, they will.
He's so exasperated.
Yeah, he really
He's
hates
like,
humans.
Just say your freaking name. Harcourt Fenton Mudd.
That's also not true.
Yeah. It's all screwed up. We're just gonna give you his info.
Psychiatric treatment was on there.
Yeah.
Effectiveness disputed on his psychiatric treatment.
Counterfeit currency.
Yep. All interesting.
Well, I think there's no dispute as to the ineffectiveness of whatever treatment was given him.
I love that guy. A master's license. Mm?
Oh, snap. Like 200 star dates ago.
Which might be days, but we're not really sure.
We don't really know.
So I'll bring up the Abrams movies again, only in that it's only written in the comic that's supposed to be the prequel to Into Darkness.
Right.
Because there's no context for it in the actual movie. But the shuttle that they take to try to go grab John Harrison on
the Klingon
on Kronos or Kronos is Harry Mudd's vessel.
Oh, okay.
Because the adventure in the prequel is them encountering Harry Mudd. Although it actually turns out to be a girl, and she's like the daughter of Harry Mudd, and she's like kind of like the alias name you use.
I remember
and
that.
So they confiscated that little shuttle because it's a little smuggler shuttle, and so that's why. And then like, oh, you magically got this smuggler shuttle, and the smuggler's clothes, and Into Darkness.
Yep.
But I thought that was a fun little nod to the actual classic series.
And not like a copy at all.
Yeah. So the computer is reading that all the men in the room are super aroused.
There. That is one thirsty crew.
Super uncomfortably aroused.
One thirsty crew.
Which Kirk has removed from the record.
Yeah.
That the men are aroused. So they're just space mail order brides.
Right.
That's what's going on here. He's got these women who are willing to be basically...
he refers to them as cargo.
Yeah.
Not passengers.
Correct.
Not crew.
Which is a bit
definitely.
pretty insulting.
Yeah. So basically he's a human trafficker.
But they are his cargo because, I mean... Like a mail order bride is basically a product. Is it not?
In a way.
You're ordering something, and then you get it.
See, this woman has grown up serving her brothers and taking care of them. And she yearns for more. She yearns to find a husband to take care of.
I mean, I understand how there's kind of the blatant areas where it's super sexist. But at the same time, I think I would argue at some of the feminist aspects of it. Because I'll loosely compare it to, like, when you have a woman who wants to be a stay-at-home mom with her kids versus a mom that wants to be, have a career and have kids. You know, you should have the right to do both or either, you know?
Right. Just because you have the legal right to be, say, to join Starfleet or have a career or do whatever, doesn't mean you have to. Like,
or that, you know, some people want to be adult dancers, you know, or, you know, porn film stars or something, you know, like, it's your choice, and then why should your choice, like, why should you be looked down upon?
Right.
And so I like that she brings that up, being like, look, I come from, like, a back-ass-words planet where I've got nothing going on, I have absolutely no prospects and no futures, and I'm basically, you know, as the only woman of the household, taking care of my family, and, you know, I don't want that, and what I want is a husband to take care of. And that's perfectly her right to be like, I don't want anything beyond that. That's what is, like, my destiny. That's what I choose to want to
build my own
to be my
home.
life fulfillment is I just want a husband. And that there's nothing wrong with that. And like, just because the way I choose that is that I will basically take whatever husband wants to buy me. I'll sell myself to someone who wants to buy me as their wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, from Mudd's end, it seems kind of super sexy because he's like, here's my cargo, you know, they're just products. But then from her, she was like, screw you. Like, I made this choice. He didn't kidnap me. He didn't swindle me into thinking that this was something other than what it is. I know exactly what this is, and I chose to join him.
Right.
Because he's giving me the opportunity to get off my shitty little planet and find a husband.
Right. And this is basically the only alternative she had available to her for getting off of her little home world.
And that's what the two other women are choosing. And they, you know. So yeah, it's like being sexist because you got all these guys like eye banging the girls, but at the same time there's this message of these women should have every right to make this choice because it is their choice.
I get that. Now,
obviously, the total fakery they're employing that has yet to be revealed is kind of shitty.
Basically, I mean, it's basically almost like a mind control drug, you know? I mean, it's characterized as like something to enhance beauty, but obviously it's having more of an effect than just that.
Like, these guys aren't being attracted to them naturally. It's by artificial means.
Right.
And so it's interesting because it, you know, although Mudd is providing it to them, the women are agreeing basically to be con artists to get what they want. And that's kind of skeezy.
Right.
I love how she's trying to be sexy as, like, the medical scanner is going over her.
Yeah.
And that, you know, being a professional, McCoy's actually being distracted by his duty.
Yeah. His machines.
Yeah. He's like, sure, it's like a hot lady, but, like, your chart is really not matching up. And he's now distracted. In a good way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, in a bad way.
3 lithium miners.
And there's 3 women. Nope.
And everyone knows lithium miners are
That's his
rich.
question. Do you have an unusual perfume or something radioactive on your body? My God. Now, it's a little inappropriate that she somehow broke her way into the captain's quarters.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind that I broke in here uninvited.
And he's like, yeah, I am really not okay with that. Also, how bad is the security on the Enterprise? That she can just walk on in there?
Well, she had to do it. All the guys were staring at her. And it made her uncomfortable. Which, I mean, she's usually not on a ship with, like, 400 people.
I love this visual choice of, like, he, you know, of doing it between a screen for half of this.
Yeah.
Like, because he's making the, like, gentleman's choice to keep himself separated.
Right. And I love the use of color throughout this episode.
Yeah, like, there's no pink in his room, but she's got, like, this pink-purple backlighting. I mean, Eve is a woman who knows exactly what she wants and is, like, doing whatever she needs to get that.
Right.
So, I mean, she wants a husband, and here they happen to be on a starship, and so
lots of candidates.
She's gonna go straight to the biggest fish.
It was like resisting. It was like
considering again that people love to claim that the captain is a womanizer, which again I'm always gonna say is BS. That you see him specifically fighting her when we know he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he actually falls in love quite passionately and easily with some women. Like, he is like, I don't want to touch your face with my face.
She was throwing herself at him quite hard.
Yeah.
And he totally resisted it.
And he's very like, nope, shut it down. Shut it down right now. These are busy ladies.
Yeah. They're at work. They are hard at work.
They're so excited.
I know. Look how
that girl.
excited the brunette is.
I mean, they're not going to get that money. They're just getting a husband.
Yeah, but rich husbands.
But for him...
They're going to get rich husbands.
Well, sure. Massive cash to that.
Yeah.
Because crab fishermen bring home good money too. They're not living a glamorous life.
Right. Oh.
She's the only one having an issue here.
Yeah. She's really having some moral compunctions.
But I love it though, because like the other two women have like no problem. Basically, we know something's up with them, that they're lying basically, and
kind of scheming.
Yeah, and the other two do not have a problem with that. Like they're in it to win it. But Eve is having like struggle,
ethical dilemma.
Yeah, struggle of moral conscience and.
Yeah.
Johnny is so distracted by them ladies. He is so mad.
Meanwhile, McCoy is just hanging out on the bridge.
But they're buddies, you know. This is
This is not hangout time. This is the bridge of the starship.
But this is where McCoy, I think, goes to think and process. And also, I mean, he does need to ensure that the captain is at optimal mental and physical fitness at all times. So, considering all the shit that Kirk gets in, it's always best to be glued to his side.
I love his analysis, though. Are they really that beautiful? Are they pound for pound, measurement for measurement more beautiful?
Well, because now he's trying to understand it. Because he's like, all right, I was getting distracted by them.
Yeah.
Now that I'm away from them, I have time to think about it. Those medical readings weren't matching up, and
yeah. And like, why are they having such an effect
on the crew?
Yeah.
Harry Mudd is a busy man.
Yeah. He's a hustler. He's moving and shaking. He's making his moves.
So two of the ladies aren't looking too good. You can already see a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody like limping into orbit.
Yeah.
Over Rigel 12. And are dead in the water in space if they don't get the crystals replenished.
Yeah, exactly.
In addition to that is whatever. Oh God! Oh, is whatever's going on with them. Oh dear God.
I want to say the pills are wearing off.
I love how like they didn't really do a lot of makeup with her, but like the low lighting and they made her look a little bit pale and the messed up hair.
Yeah.
But the one in green is like super.
She's got a lot of skin treatment
super
going
wrecked.
on there.
Super wrecked. So now we know that they're taking something to make themselves look young, and it wears off to reveal that these are super fugly women.
It wears off hard.
Yeah. These women are not attractive, and so obviously, in their normal state, like, they're obviously unable to get husbands, to find love. So now we know why they're so into this whole scheme with Mud.
Right.
You know, because he's offering something. You know, like he gets money if he can sell pretty women to husbands that want them.
Yep.
And these women who aren't beautiful are able to get a beauty.
Yep. Isn't it, though? Isn't it a cheat?
Looks like it's a little bit of aphrodisiac for these women.
Well, some women are really into looking hot.
Yeah. But only Eve is struggling with, now that she's obviously been on it for a while, struggling with lying.
Yeah.
Because she's not actually falling. These men aren't actually falling in love with her.
Right.
They're attracted to something fake.
Mm-hmm. So it's a pill that actually does your makeup for you. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to take that?
I definitely want those sparkle gummies.
I would feel reluctant to eat anything that glows on its own.
Would it be normal for Spock, a Vulcan, half Vulcan, to...
You talking about something being beautiful?
Yeah.
It is interesting.
I feel like it'd be more natural for Curtis to do something like that, and then Spock to, like, shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
We want the ladies!
Mm-hmm.
His collar's so high. He said the name of the episode!
You're a minor. Why do you have the authority to do that?
Which is why Kirk is laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, you must be high.
You kind of...
So he kind of does have the authority to tell Kirk what he wants.
Kirk can't call, like, Space AAA?
No.
Have Starfleet send out another ship with some dilithium crystals?
They're boldly going where no man, or apparently very few men, have gone before.
Yeah, there are people who
But
have
they're
been here
obviously
before.
on some ass end of space. I reckon I am.
And you're a bad judge of character.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh, snap.
Mm. No one tells Kirk what to do. Until maybe.
Harry Mudd knows
Yeah.
when he's got a full house.
Oh, that is not a pleasant planet at all.
No, it's not.
Spock's hair is just all windswept.
Yep. It's just me, or does the wind appear to be coming from both directions? Because that's the kind of planet it is.
That planet has no rules.
Yeah.
So, that is not exactly a glamorous place to be living.
No, it's not.
Like,
They're basically living like the Flintstones here.
yeah. But I mean, it's as if you were going to marry a crab fisherman and then like live on his boat while he's doing his work, which is like an awful thing to be doing.
Right.
Even if the guy is going to be bringing home like nice money, every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's really what these women were looking for.
Well, you just have to assume that they are doing the mining thing for a few years, making a lot of money, and going home and being able to live.
Yeah,
in
but it's
relative
obviously a hard
comfort.
life living there.
Yep. So I think it's also interesting that they are, like, this episode deals a lot with money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kirk is authorized to negotiate a fair price, and Mudd is selling these women and all that stuff.
Yeah, but later on they established that, like, there is no need
Yeah,
for...
there is no money in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I mean, money is such a crucial part of our day-to-day lives that there's a lot of drama that comes out of commerce.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be a trade for something, you know? I have something you want, and you have something I want, and so we...
Right, but the problem is in the future when you got replicators and there's no more want or need, you know?
Yeah, I love the concept of that, but then, like you said, like, what can you do episode-wise?
Yeah. Because you gotta have a source of drama. A source of conflict, you know? Hey, if that guy wanted first pick at the ladies, he should have gone up to the ship when the other two went up.
So Eve's, like, the only one of the women who, like, has any kind of decent morals.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other two women are kind of awful. Like, they think this is a game for them.
And she kind of does get that they're being treated like commodities.
Mm-hmm. Well, she signed up for this and now is having regrets because it's just a massive con game.
Yeah.
And she feels bad about lying.
Right.
And having to live a lie.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to be like, hey, I'll take you away from your home and give you the opportunity to find a life that you want. Mm-hmm. But it's another thing to say, I'm going to involve you into this massive deception.
Yeah. In
order to do it.
Also, kudos to this actress for this entire massive fan.
Oh, yeah.
Scene.
I mean, you see the way her hair is blowing. She's not faking it with the fan there.
And then all the whatever bits of paper and junk that they're blowing at him.
Yeah. Well, she's getting the space blowout.
Oh, but he goes out too.
He does. That was the girl he chose.
Yes.
It's like, is he going out there out of compassion or simply to protect the asset which he purchased?
Well, he hasn't purchased it yet. I don't think they're trying to present it as that something so depressing. I do like to see it as, you know, he is a decent guy who
is concerned about her.
He just freaking told her that, you know, you can't see your door, like, after you step 12 feet away from it. Like, it's very dangerous. And the idiot just emotionally runs out the door.
Yeah.
So his instinct is that, like, I need to go find her and save her and help her.
Yeah.
You know, it is the decent guy that she's looking for. He just has no idea that he's being
I see what you're saying. They're laying the groundwork for him being a decent fellow, even though he came off as a bit aggressive initially. He's a good guy.
They're three super lonely, hardworking, horny as hell guys who have not seen women in a long time. So someone tells them, I got 3 ladies who will instantly be your wives. I get on that.
Well, especially when they're super hot like they are on the pill.
See, he found her.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no doorknob?
No, it's a rock.
I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works either.
It's very romantic.
Yeah, it is.
In the very primal romance novel kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not like he took her, he rescued her.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, no one could call them and tell them that they found the girl.
Well, I'm assuming it's because of the magnetic readings and we couldn't communicate with them. I don't know. Oh, this is cute. He's already putting on his shirt.
Yeah.
And
The boyfriend shirt.
Yeah, and doing what she knows how to do really well, which is taking care of someone.
Mm-hmm. Now, this looks like they're underground, but then when we're on the surface, we see this dome.
Yeah.
But it does not look like they're in a dome.
No. I love how gruff he is, because he is not used to being cared for.
Yeah. He's a frontiersman.
As a woman, she immediately changed the position of all the furniture in the hovel.
Is that how you characterize it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he kicks it, he's like, I had things where I wanted them. And she's basically like, no, I made it way better.
Yeah.
I'm just interested in how she obviously just gives no fucks, you know. They're both being asses to each other.
Yeah. Well, she's trying to be nice. He's being kind of an oaf. And so she's kind of like, I'm not going to take.
Yeah. But for her, you know, like her backstory being, you know, in
by my own hand.
In a household of men taking care of them, she's like, yeah, I know exactly how to handle big boy babies,
right.
Basically. Oh. He's like,
oh, snap.
Like, I was gonna. And then he instantly does it.
Yeah.
Which is just so cute.
I know, it's kind of adorable.
He's like, oh, kind of smart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jajako cards. They get around. Now here's a problem. Oh, you ugly. Except what I love is that her, like, without the pill, is basically this actress without makeup.
Right.
Because she's a nice looking woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of a little insulted that, like, her ugly is her normal looking.
Right. Her with less makeup. Not even no makeup, just less
she's got,
makeup.
like, foundation on, but she doesn't have, like, really any eye makeup going on. And the hair is, you know, like, you washed it and didn't, like, style it.
Yeah.
And just let it air dry. And so that's like, oh my god, you're hideous. You know? Just,
yeah. Aw.
You're homely. Her without makeup is homely. Come on. He said sarcastically.
Venus drug.
I've heard of it. It's not just one of those stories. Well, it exists. Illegally. Actually, this is a relatively harmless drug. Harmless? Well, what it does is give you more than whatever you have. Well, with men, muscular women.
Women, it makes them rounder.
That's just makes men more muscular and women rounder.
Mm-hmm.
That's so insulting. God.
I know.
Because that one in green is wrecked.
Well, that's because they did all kinds of stuff to her skin.
Yeah. Oopsies. Oopsies.
Subspace radio marriage.
Dumb.
I can condemn
Yeah.
all of you.
He absolutely can. I mean, they're lying.
Yeah.
We all must die. We certainly did. We've got a good life in our hands. You bring
Well, they've worked their butts off doing this work, you know.
Right.
This is what you want us to do. Remember, don't dream about it because you can't have it. It's not real.
I mean, I'm a little conflicted, you know, because I get the message that's being put forth, but it's like, I don't think it's unfair of them to want something attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And they're associating, like, she's associating, well, if you're attractive, then you're, like, superficial and fake.
Yeah.
Versus,
Well, basically, she's saying, well, all you want is beauty.
yeah.
You know, that's all
And
you're
no,
responding
and no
to.
substance.
Right.
Is this the kind of life you want?
Like, you just want eye candy.
Mm-hmm.
My wife.
You can be eye candy and
So,
all that, too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what bothers me about it, is that, like, you can be someone who puts a lot of effort into their appearance and does all these things that she describes as quote-unquote, like, a real woman, and what you really need and should really want.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be, like, one or the other. It's like, you either get a woman who looks but, like, gives you the true things that matter, or you get something that's just pretty looks, but then nothing behind that.
Yeah.
Those two things exist, but then also combo of the two exist.
Right. I mean, the simple fact is
And so I do think it's
that
interesting.
like finding your partner's appearance attractive
Yeah.
is, I mean, that is an important part of most relationships, you
Yeah.
know?
So, I mean, I love this big reveal here that
The whole
When-
Puss in Boots thing.
when she's making this big grandiose statement about, like, what do you want? This, you know, sexy bombshell, or someone's gonna cook and clean? And the Kerr's like, dumbass, those were just gummy bears.
Yeah.
And it was in you all along, Harry, or what? I mean, that's basically what it is if you have the confidence, then it is this very unique power that if you feel sexy, if you feel body confident, that, like, that has an actual effect on other people.
Yeah.
So when she took the fake drugs, you know, it's a massive, amazing placebo effect example of this episode.
Right.
Where she can be both. She can actually, like,
Be the person she is, but look the way
yeah.
she wants to.
Not necessarily like the super bombshell thing, but I mean, confidence is sexy, and believing in yourself is sexy.
Yeah.
There's, like, always that thing where it's like, you know, when, you know, I think a lot of women say that once they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, that they always seem to get hit on more than when they were single.
Right.
And it's because there is this inherent, like, self-confidence that you start to just exude because you're with someone.
Right.
And people get aroused by that, you know, and suddenly start hitting on
Yeah,
them
you
more
feel
and more.
comfortable
Yeah.
with yourself.
This is an actual thing, and I love it. That's what it comes down to here.
Right.
Although those two other women are still pieces of
Well, because they've got that stuff done to their skin, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, how much self-confidence is going to,
yeah,
you know,
it's easy
help
for
you
it's
with
easy
the
for
weird
Eve
scars and
because she
stuff
doesn't
like
look that bad, but the one in
Right.
green, like, looked something not that great.
Yeah, she had like all kinds
And-
of weird scarring or lumps or something like that going on with her skin.
So the only deal with it was one of the women, and it's a very nice moral, like, old story kind of thing, but
You really have to wonder, okay, did the other women
Yeah.
reconcile with their husbands as much?
because they weren't going through this crisis of morals the way Eve was.
Right.
They were perfectly happy to do this con game.
Yeah, trick somebody into marrying them.
Yes, that's interesting, the way it just leaves off. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could wish for a little bit more satisfying conclusion.
I just like that, Eve basically finds that beauty comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets what she wants. I don't want to be like, oh, well, it seems pretty uninspired that she gets what she wants. But I mean, there's an argument, there's discussion of what do both of these people, Childress and her, really want out of a partner.
Yeah.
And basically that the two of them kind of lucked out in finding each other.
Yeah.
And being attracted to each other, or at least fitting each other's needs.
Right.
Whereas the other two minors
because
are
they
screwed.
they both realize that what they thought they wanted
is not
what they actually want, but they are lucky enough to find what they actually want in each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, the other two women and the other two minors.
I kind of forget about them because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Eve, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, what about them? They don't seem geared for happiness necessarily.
But really, the star of this whole episode is Harry Mudd.
Harry Mudd, our first appearance of Harry Mudd. We actually see him once more.
Will not be the last because
That's right.
he's just so great.
Yeah, he appears once more, and he also appears in an episode of the animated series.
Really?
Because they liked him so much. I mean, there's a lot of fun story potential with a character like him.
Yeah, this rogue swashbuckler con man.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of Kirk, basically.
Yes. Good
All
point.
right.
So
that was Mudd's Women.
Episode 6, well, air date, episode 6.
Yep. And next time we'll be finding out what our little girl's made of.
Which I think, without argument, has to be one of the top 5 TOS episodes. Top 10.
It's a good episode.
Pretty solid episode.
Yep.
Right.
It's a good episode. All right. See you next time.
See you.